Ouch. Okay, it looks like this is recording. Sorry. Silence in the beginning of my video. Yeah, this is awesome. This is my windshield wipers. Sorry, they're noisy. They need to be replaced. Okay, people. So, are you tired of being sick? Are you tired of being sick and tired? Are you sick of being sick and tired? Are you tired of being tired and sick? Oh my goodness. I'm confusing myself. People play with this all the time, the sick and tired thing. I mean, it's so like overused and all of that. I always kind of suffered a little bit of fatigue and tiredness, but I think that's just part of being, you know, alive. We all deal with fatigue, and we all deal with, you know, being tired and sick. It's part of being alive. And I think also that we all deal with some form of depression or another at different points in our life. It doesn't mean it's like an ongoing thing, and there's so many factors that go into it. But what I'm talking about, not just the regular tired or fatigued or stuff, you know, after you've worked really hard or you've had a few rough years or whatever. That's not what I'm referring to. What I'm talking about is like you are so tired and so fatigued, exhausted that you cannot, I mean, you cannot like function. Like you can't think, you can't form clear thoughts. You can't seem to get out of bed. And if you do, you're moving like, oh my gosh, slow. And it takes every ounce of energy and ability and strength to just do the most basic things, like eat, use the bathroom, even take a shower, that, you know, stuff like that, where it's just so exhausting. I used to work out at the gym all the time, and it would make me tired. And I also I was a workaholic. I worked a lot, and I didn't sleep very much. And there were times when I would be so tired, I would just literally just crash, just lay down and then just fall dead asleep. And I served a religious Christian mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints to Argentina, Buenos Aires. And oh my gosh, I was so tired there, like so tired. And I was really struggling learning the language. And it was so hard because all I would hear is Castellano or Spanish nonstop, and I didn't understand it. I'm trying so hard to get it, and no one knows fatigue unless they are living in another country trying to learn that language around the clock. Like it's just like all the time. It's not just going to class at school and you're living in your own native country, hearing your native language, and then once in a while hearing this foreign tongue that you're trying to learn. I mean, you're living it day in and day out in a foreign country, and you didn't go there knowing the language at all. I mean, I studied books. I did all the stuff that they taught us to do to try to learn language, and I could not get it. It was so impossible. Anyway, so I would sit and try to listen while we were trying to, you know, teach people about the gospel, about Christ and stuff, and about Jesus. And I would literally have to hold my eyes open, like just to stay awake. It was so exhausting. Oh my gosh, I thought I'd die. And if we ever didn't have cena or dinner during the middle of the day and we'd go home, I would, instead of eating, which I mean, I still would eat something, I would literally just lay down on my bed and be out freaking cold, just out cold. And I would be out so out that I would actually be dreaming. And my mission companions they'd have to sometimes douse me with water or shake me to wake me up because I would be out so cold. And I am a very light sleeper. So that's saying something if it was really hard for them to wake me up. So that's some fatigue, right? That's working really hard. Your brain's working hard, your body's working hard, your spirit, your everything has worked hard. I am not talking about that kind of fatigue, although that it can be very debilitating at times. I'm talking about an ill, sick, and tired kind of fatigue. And I'm talking about when your body aches from head to toe, where it feels like your muscles cannot flex, where it feels like your brain is in a fog, and it feels like you're literally drowning or suffocating or both at the same time, or swallowed in quicksand. That is the kind of fatigue that I am talking about. A lot of things can cause that, and I'm telling you that it can be really hard to get anything done when you're feeling that tired and that sick. It's really hard to have any drive to get anything done because you know it's just going to waste you. You know it's going to take everything out of you, and then you're just going to pay for it for a day or two or three or longer. And nobody gets it. You feel judged. You're hard on yourself because you're like, God, why can't I do this? I must be lazy, or something's wrong with me, or I'm selfish. You know, there's a lot of negative self-talk that goes in with it. And then when you're feeling like this, tired all the time, and you can't get yourself to do anything, then you're hard on yourself. This is when you start to get depression. And you get anxiety, because the anxiety builds up because you're like dreading going somewhere because you know it's just going to waste you. You dread getting up because you know the day is just going to waste you. And the anxiety just, it overwhelms you, and then the anxiety on top of it makes you even more tired. It's like this vicious, horrible, nightmarish cycle. It really is as bad as it sounds, and even more so. I'm not exaggerating at all. I am not. And I might even be underplaying it quite a bit, what it's like for a lot of people that have these problems. If you're feeling like this, go to your doctor, please, and insist on getting some blood work done. I don't care if you're afraid of needles. Get it done, man, so you know what's wrong, so you know what you can do about it. Because sometimes it might just be mono and you need to just sleep it off for, a few weeks or a couple of months. It might be chronic fatigue syndrome, where if you're under a lot of stress, it flares up and you have to take it easy until it settles down again. It might be Epstein Bahr disease, where, yes, when you're stressed, or if you're eating bad, or if you got hurt or injured or something, and it flares up and it makes you very sick. And then you need to change your diet and get some good rest and take it easy. Knowing what is going on and giving yourself a break is so important. It also could be thyroid disease. And if it's thyroid disease, you can get it treated. You can still go through bouts of being tired when you have thyroid disease, but at least you know what's going on, and at least there's something you can do about it. There is a diet actually for people who have thyroid disease, and it will help. I promise, it helps. And there is a lot of different kind of medications. There's natural ways of taking care of it, and then there's also just regular medications like Synthroid or levothyroxine or leothyronine, things like that. Although I don't recommend levothyroxine or leothyronine because you'd have to look it up under the Drug Administration, whatever. They've got look at the most recent research about it, because China, I guess, wasn't measuring. Anyway, I won't get into that. But anyway, so I just strongly recommend getting it figured out, and so you can take care of yourself. I'm squinting a lot because it's so bright. I'm sorry, I've got to wear my glasses. This is really hurting my eyes. Woo! Oh, thank goodness. Holy cow. Okay. I wanted you to be able to see my eyes, but I'm squinting too much, and it's making my eyes hurt in my head, and I've got some damage to my eye. My left eye got injured, and so going without my glasses means a lot of pain for me. Okay, this guy doesn't want to let me over. He's being kind of a jerk. Oh my gosh. Let the guy over, you jerk. Utah drivers are so freaking rude. What the heck? I'm sorry. I always go off on some rant about the drivers around here. They are just extremely rude and selfish. Okay. So, an interesting thing that when your thyroid's not functioning and you're taking medication for it, if your levels, you know, that you're getting measured in your thyroid change at all, even within the normal range, if they move at all, you need your medication adjusted. Okay? Don't let some doctor tell you, oh, it's in the normal range, you're fine. Shut the frick up. No, you're not. If your levels move at all, even within the normal range, you have something going on with your thyroid that's abnormal, and it needs to be addressed. It must be, or you're just going to keep suffering. Your hair will keep falling out. You'll keep being really tired. You'll keep being really depressed, having serious bad brain fog. You'll gain weight or not be able to lose weight at all. There's so many other problems. You can have digestive problems, memory problems, headache problems, mood problems. There's so many things that it affects. And it takes a good doctor, a really good doctor who cares, to catch an abnormal functioning thyroid. Because if they try to tell you, oh, it's within the normal range, you're good to go, say, no, I am not good to go. It is not functioning correctly. You have to put your foot down for yourself and say, I am not going to take this anymore. I'm taking care of myself. You got to take it in your own hands and take care of your own medical thing, because I don't know a doctor out there who's just going to do it all for you. They've got too many patients. They've got their own life to worry about. This is your life. You need to take care of yourself. Okay? You need to be your own advocate. And if it's too hard for you to do it, get a partner or a friend, someone who cares deeply about you to help you. But you still have to be pulling for yourself. Even with someone helping you, you still have to be pulling for yourself. I know this for myself because I've been through it. I have been through it so many times, and I have learned the very hard way many times that if I am not being my own advocate, I am going to get hurt more. I'm going to suffer more. My family will suffer. My relationships will suffer. Everything will suffer if I am not taking care of myself and my own medical treatment. It doesn't mean stop seeing your doctors and just go buy illegal drugs or buy drugs illegally and take them and prescribe your own stuff. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you put your foot down and say, I'm feeling this way. Take my blood and figure it out. Take a log of what you're eating, how you're feeling, what you're doing every day. Show it to your doctor. And if they're not going to listen to you, change doctors. Go to another doctor. Go to an Instacare. Talk to a doctor there. Have them refer you to places to figure out what's ailing you, what's causing your problems. You do not have to sit there and be neglected. You don't. I mean, yeah, they might have gone to medical school and know way more about medical stuff than we do, but that does not make them the expert on your personal body and how you feel. They do not know how you feel. They do not live in your shoes and in your life. So, only you do. You have to keep track of what's going on with you and make sure you're being taken care of in the best way possible. Like recently, I found a new primary care, and she's really good. She really listens. She's amazing and everything. But I had to put my foot down and say, take my blood. Something's not right. She tested it. My thyroid levels had changed within the normal range, but they had dropped a lot. But it wasn't out of range, but they had dropped, which means I needed my medication raised. She did not think so. Oh, it's in the normal range. You're okay. I'm like, bullcrap. No, I'm not. I am not okay. Send me to an endocrinologist. please. So she did. She referred me to an endocrinologist. I got in right away. Well, not right away. I took a week, which is actually pretty good for a specialist. I got in. He saw the blood levels had changed. He ordered more blood work to be done to see if it changed more, and it had. And he saw that it was kept changing, even though it was still in normal range. He's like, this is what needs to happen. We need to raise one of your thyroid medications. And yes, I'm on 2 different ones. We need to raise it so that you feel better. And I had all these other symptoms going on that was proving that my thyroid wasn't working right, even though it registered okay. It wasn't okay. So I'm grateful I once saw a specialist who actually knows what he's freaking talking about. Because I know what is normal and isn't normal with the thyroid, but I had to learn the hard way. And I'm trying to tell you right now, you don't have to go through that, because I went through that. Learn from me, learn from other people that have been through it and have, struggled and suffered the way I did. You don't have to go through it on your own. And then also, because of how I was feeling, I told this endocrinologist how I was feeling, and fevers and all sorts of stuff, fatigue. And I asked for more blood work to be done, and he did all these different blood tests and found out that my Epstein Bahr is flared up right now. And I don't think my chronic fatigue is, but I could be wrong. I'm having a hard time sleeping. I don't like to go to sleep. A lot of anxiety about having to wake up the next day and face the day and be tired and feel sick again. Because I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And tired and sick. But it's part of my reality, and because I know what I'm dealing with, I know, kind of basically what I need to do for myself to take care of myself, which has been a huge blessing. And being my own advocate has made all the difference in the world. I feel like I've got a little bit of control on things. I feel like I've got something to hold on to. I'm not just flailing around or feeling like I'm completely alone. At least I feel slightly more empowered when I am making sure I'm taking care of myself by reaching out, insisting on things being done for myself that I feel need to be done, whether my doctor agrees with me or not. So don't give up. Don't give up the fight. Don't give up taking care of yourself. Don't just throw in the towel and say, whatever. I'm not seeing doctors anymore. They suck. Don't say, my doctor knows best. I'm just going to do whatever they say. No, come on. Please just think about what you need and how it affects other people around you. Think about how it affects your loved ones. Don't be selfish, because it is being selfish if you're not going to take care of yourself, which sounds funny because you think you're doing it for yourself, but no, it's hurting everybody. Anyway, thanks for listening. I hope y'all subscribe, share my videos, like it, whatever. If you have any questions about what I've been talking about, please feel free to ask or whatever. I'll answer whatever I can. Love you all, and have a good one. Bye.